Buon pomeriggio a tutti e benvenuti all'Arena Civica Gianni Brera di Milano per la finale del Supercoppa Primavera. A voi l'11 titolare. Per l'Inter, Alentao, Mattia Marello, Filippo Cepelletti, Ivan Maie, Dylan Zarate, Jamali Drissou, Manuel Pinotti, Matteo Venturini, Lamin Ballo, Gabriele Garronetti e Mattia Mosconi, il mister Benito Carbone. Per il Cagliari, Harris Auseklis, Alessio Bargiu, Roberto Malfitano, Jael Treppi, Joseph Liteta, Nicola Grandu, Ivan Sulev, Paul Mendy, Matteo Nuvoli, Anthony Frank e Matteo Marini, il mister Francesco Pisano. Dirige l'incontro il signor Mattia Drigo, assistenti Davide Rignanese e Matteo Lauri, quarto uomo Davide Cerea.
The first piece of silverware of the season is on the line as league champions Inter take on Coppa Italia holders Cagliari for the Supercoppa Primavera. Hello and a very warm welcome to the showpiece final, live from the Arena Civica in the heart of Milano. An historic venue for a big occasion, with the Islanders and the Nerazzurri going toe-to-toe for the Italian Super Cup. Your referee, Mattia Drigo, and the mascot, the head of kickoff here. As the teams are welcomed onto the pitch. Some classical music at a classic ground, which was inaugurated start of the 19th century, and after renovation works is all set to host the final.
Benvenuti alla Supercoppa Primavera.
You can see Inter with the Scudetto patch on their jerseys, the roundel on the Cagliari strip. The defending Italian champions against the Coppa Italia holders, Cagliari, who lifted the trophy on this ground just 5 months ago, getting the better of Milan on that occasion. Can they get the better of the other team from Milano? Inter will feel like the home side playing in Milan here tonight. In the Parco Sempione, for those who know the city of Milano well. This Arena Civica, full name Arena Civica Gianni Brera, named after the iconic Italian journalist. Chance to chat about his career, of course, over the course of this game. But let's focus on the starting lineups, begin with Benito Carbone's Inter. And it is, yes, that Benito Carbone, who played for Inter in the mid-90s and, of course, renowned for a spell in England in the Premier League with the likes of Sheffield Wednesday, amongst his former employers. Grande to your left, who was part of that Cagliari side that lifted the Coppa Italia a few months ago. Maya there, the French defender for Inter, in exchange of the pennants ahead of kick-off. Drigo then to take charge. Stunning drone shot from above, and here's the Cagliari lineup. Francesco Pisano, former Cagliari favourite. He's from Cagliari, so a local lad, so we know the importance of representing Cagliari. And you'll certainly be able to pass on the importance of that rosso-blue jersey and what it means to the island of Sardinia. Taken over from Pisacane, who's made the step up from youth team boss to first team boss over the summer. Made his debut in the Serie A against Fiorentina over the weekend. Cagliari in their white strip for the occasion. Final checks then from the referee. Will be Inter to get us underway. Into their home strip, those famous Nerazzurri stripes. Idrisu to kick us off here. And we are underway then. Inter playing from left to right. Into unbeaten in this start of season. A draw and a win in their league campaign. And Cesena, their opponents so far. Cagliari win and a loss against Napoli, but they beat Lazio last time out. result which Francesco Pisano said has given the boys confidence going into this game. Very few survivors from Inter's title-winning squad, of course. With the players of last season moving onwards, moving upwards, moving elsewhere. Similarly for Cagliari as well, but there are a few names that won the cup in the side today. There's that man there, Grandu, as he looks to sweep it upfield for Cagliari. Can they get forward here, make a storming start? That's the objective. Sulev chases here, the Bulgarian midfielder. Free entry for this final, for the public, for the supporters. It's at this iconic and historic ground. Napoleon was also present. It was unveiled, inaugurated, 1807. Famous for hosting Italy's first ever game as well in 1910 against France in a friendly 6-2 win. Once upon a time could host and hold around 30,000 people. Now we're looking just under 10. It's been renovated, a lot of work done in terms of getting the playing surface up to scratch again and up to the right standard. The Coppa Italia final, as we were saying a few months ago. Now the Supercoppa Primavera final, as Inter come forward here, looking to cause problems early on then. There's Venturini with that little dart there into number 16. Throw in, that far side for Inter. Referee will have the benefit of the football video support for this fixture, which is a real step in the right direction for youth football. It's not quite VAR, assistant VAR, but have a monitor, should he need it, for goal calls and red cards. And there's also the challenges, so the coaches of the teams have 2 challenges. They can question a decision made by the match officials. They have 2 of those. Common in, say, basketball, tennis style as well. And Luigi De Siervo, the Lega Serie A managing director, spoke about the decision to bring it into play here at youth level after seeing it experimented at 3rd tier level, Serie C. Come the Nerazzurri, seeing a bit more of the ball in these early exchanges. Down the line, swept straight back upfield. Come back to Tao, the Albanian youth international. Now Marello, who's on loan from Udinese, looking to impress. Made the move from the northeast of Italy to still North Italy, a bit more central in Lombardy. Milano today. So saying into a very much like the home side. There's Cagliari, of course, making the trip over from the Sunshine Island that is Sardinia. Positive memories from their last trip here, beating Milan 3-0 in the Coppa Italia final, winning their first ever trophy at youth level. It was into 11 times champions, league winners this season under Zanchetta, who's now in charge of Novara in Serie C. Now Mosconi, a little drop of the shoulder. Just loses out, maybe a chance to break here for Mendy. Poked through, just over hit for Treppi. United in that 3-0 win against Milan last term. Now through the middle. Down again for Mosconi. This is appealing, the referee doesn't appear to be interested. Here with the Cagliari keeper. cyclist, the Latvia youth international. Venturini, coolly done by Venturini. Nice feet from him, and start again with Ballo. Champion at under 17 level with Italy at the Euros last year. With the under 19s, the Azzurrini. So get on the ball here on this near side. Garonetti. Mosconi switching the play. This is promising for Inter. Marello's ball up in the air, 50-50. Do Inter have the first corner of the game? They're appealing. You saw the target man there. Marello. Flanked by Mosconi and Pinotti. Inter's three-pronged attack. Plenty of time for Marello. In comes the corner. Could be away. And back and helping out in defence, the Cagliari forward. Oh, Benito Carbone there. Always cutting a very cool and elegant figure, even in a tracksuit. He hails from Reggio Calabria, southern region. Of course, he's known for his time in the north of Italy. Torino, Inter, Como amongst his former clubs. Marello, Drisu jumping up. Vitano. Booted, straight in touch there by Garonetti. You are wondering, should it end goalless? Full time, there would be no extra time, straight to penalties, as we saw in the early rounds of the Coppa Italia a few weeks ago at senior level. Just come across here, check up on Marini. Part of the Coppa Italia winning side. He didn't feature in the final, a new substitute, but still part of the squad, part of that occasion. Nicola Barella was there to see his former club in action as well. We don't have split loyalties today. His current employers Inter, taking on his boyhood club, his hometown club, the club where it all started. Nurtured his talent, where he first made a name for himself before moving to Milano in 2019. Strength to strength since then. Part of his big win against Torino yesterday at first team level. Kivu's boys getting off to a flyer. Kivu actually guided the Primavera to their 10th Scudetto a few years ago. Experienced that youth level for Kivu before getting the big job. Simone Inzaghi and making that step up then. So, a solid job with Parma the second half of last term, keeping them in the top flight. For Fabio Pecchia, the Tardini. That's a bit awkward there for Tao. Very awkward indeed. This could be a gift. It is a gift. And Treppi gives Cagliari the lead. One of their Coppa Italia heroes on target. The Islanders have had barely a sniff so far, but they pounced on that error at the back by the Nerazzurri. As chants of Forza Cagliari ring around the Arena Civica. It was awkward for Tahoe. And Treppi, so quick there to pounce and bury it into the back of the net. After 10 minutes then, Inter nil, Cagliari 1. After such a bright start from the Nerazzurri youngsters, seeing all of the ball you are into. Just got to keep cool heads now. Get back on the ball, pass it around. Remember, there's still a long old way to go. Of course, naturally, bitterly disappointed to have gifted Cagliari a goal like that. Something from a mix-up at the back. Ballo. Expect Cagliari to play as they have in the first 10 minutes, just trying to keep it tight. Frustrate Inter. Since we know Ron himself has already said wants to play an open, attractive brand of football. Now the quality players, the technical players to flourish. Of course, the goal for both sides is to have players one day ready for the step up to first team level. Of course, the Inter Academy has produced a number of talents down through the years. Worked their way up through the youth ranks. Broken through. Torini's ball back. First touch was far too heavy. Treppi was just there waiting, and he pounced, sliding towards the Cagliari fans that have either made the trip across or maybe live locally as well. There's a lot of Sardinians who reside on the mainland, and that could be another one. It's awkward. Dealt with better this time from Tao. Ballo. Ballo. Mario Balotelli, whose talent was nurtured by the Inter Academy. He came through with the likes of Santon in that period. Long old tradition, of course, going way back to the 70s and 80s, the likes of Ferri and Zenga and Bergomi. A number of players have started out at youth level before coming through. First time ball. Antonin again will chase. Just nodded down. Sulev trying to get away from his marker. Now Grandu. With Grandu, just poke forward. Marini's done well there. Torini just trying to close down the space. It's a real good battle between those two. Last touch, I believe, of a Cagliari jersey. And free. It's awarded in favour of the Islanders. Cagliari will have a chance to keep up the pressure. There's a chance of Forza Cagliari. Come on, Cagliari. I suppose our Boyd to that early goal. Here comes the corner. It's a low ball. Keep up the pressure. With Sulev to take. Grandu. It's kind of sometimes with a U end, very common in Sardinia. Grandu's ball in. Trying to come forward on the break. Idrisu. Was he fouled there? Was he clipped? Clash there with Nuvoli. We have the first yellow card of the game. Nuvoli then. 26. Nicola Pintus in defence, who's made the step up to the first team squad over the summer. And you expect Litetta, the Cagliari midfield today, likewise to transition as well. This focus now for Cagliari. They'll be trying to just keep out into here. Defend the Rossoblu's narrow and slender lead. Marello, deep ball in, free header. It's headed wide by Idrissu, but Inter looking to hit back though. There's also in support there Mosconi, I think. Mosconi was just saying to Idrissu, leave it. The contact though, the number 9. Also at first team level, actually, success has been hard to come by, but they were Scudetto champions in 1970, inspired by the great late Gigi Riva. Grandu. These boys will know all about that. The tales of that great Cagliari side be passed on from generation to generation. No doubt when they first make it at the club, first things they'll be told is about the pride and the history of Cagliari. As the flag goes up. And a few sides ready to upset the odds down through the years and win the title and break that stranglehold of the big 3, Inter, Milan and Juventus. Cagliari, Verona, Sampdoria as well. It's those clubs that really shock the establishment, let's put it that way. Romalato to some extent also. Still seeing the fan base, the size of those clubs, they come across as a shock. Swept upfield. Idrissu battling away. And you've got it back. Seem to see Inter in terms of the possession, seeing all of the ball, trying to take the initiative, play the football. Lovely turn through the middle. Zarate, the Colombian. Marello. Maier. Garonetti. Ballo. With Garonetti. Just assessing his options. Everybody back for Cagliari as Geppi tries to just pick the pocket there. Maier. To want to take it quickly, which they do. Garonetti. Towards Idrissu. Looks to bring it down. In comes the shot. It's fired wide, though, by Venturini. Like it from Inter. After conceding that goal, they've had Idrissu and Venturini with chances. Sassuolo won this trophy last season, beating Fiorentina. Beaten Roma in the final, the Scudetto final. Fiorentina's the cup holders. Fiorentina, like Torino at this level, something like the cup kings, one could say. It was very strong in the cup competitions. Idrissu again will look to chase. No option really there for Franchi, but just to put it out, the Polish defender. There is Francesco Pisano. Taken over from Pisacane. Pisano's Cagliari career speaks for itself. More than 200 appearances for the club. Just the one goal. Came in a famous win at Roma against an Xamen as coach Cagliari. Former Lazio Roma boss, best known for his time with Foggia, taking them all the way up to Serie A with his all-out attacking brand of football. Venturini. Here's Ballo. Quickly on this near side, Ballo. Cerpelletti. Patiently trying to find an opening here. Going to remain pinned back. Marello. Into the Fiorentina in the Scudetto final last season. Fiorentina, their home advantage last season. The Curva Fiesole, Viola Park. Inter to be thwarted. Far from it. We have 3-0 winners, and there is Benito Carbone. Into under 18s last season. In fact, plenty of those players have come up with him to the Primavera level, which is under 20s. A stunning shot of this historic venue. It's fabulous. It's made open again for events. Marello's delivery up in the air. Anybody's ball. Venturini looking to get there first. Marello. So leaps up. Oh, there's a mix-up there. Lack of communication. Back for Cagliari. Maier. Flicked on. Pinotti. Nice work. Still with Pinotti. Oh, was he fouled there? What we do know is he's won a corner. It's Varju, the 16-year-old, one of the youngest players in the squad. Saying about those surnames with the U in Sardinia. Saul, Cagliari player. And that comes to mind. Cagliari legend. Cerpelletti. Pinotti. Cerpelletti's ball. It's a deep one. Pinotti was just waiting in the wings. Stay down here on this near side. It's Litetta, chatting about earlier. Zambia midfielder. They just clashed there with Garonetti. So midway through the first half, then here at the Arena Civica, Gianni Brera, that's the full name of this stadium. Gianni Brera, a legendary Italian journalist. Known for coining many phrases that we use today, such as Derby d'Italia, Derby of Italy, to sum up that rivalry between Inter and Juventus at first team level. Nice give and go here, Cerpelletti. Mosconi with the cutback. He's settled for a corner. Has to take it quickly, which he does. Mosconi's ball. Ballo floats it in, headed away. Still with Inter. Drop of the shoulder. Strike. Treppi has to be careful not to give away possession. He's done really well. Fabulous run by Treppi. Easing the pressure on the Cagliari guard. Make all the way. Has options, has support. Sulev. Can they get the shot away? Now Inter have got men back. Fabulous work by Treppi, the goal scorer. Cagliari now have to get back themselves. Pinotti. back here. That's Eklis. Back down the line. The flag going up. Ballo. Oh, Garonetti. Maier. We're in the nick of time. Flicked on. Idrisu. Drawing in players. Trying to open up some space here. His teammates just to get in behind that Cagliari guard. Afforded into a couple of chances so far. And as we're saying, it's been one way Nerazzurri traffic in terms of who's had the ball. It's clear the two styles have been adopted by the two coaches. Pisano's game plan and Carbone's game plan. Carbone, many not remember his spell with Inter between 95 and 96. So to this day he regrets leaving the Nerazzurri. Should have been more patient with the number 10 jersey for Inter. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. At the same time though, experience when the Premier League was getting bigger and bigger. Those sort of foreign exports, or imports one should say, if you're talking about it from the English perspective, really helped take the English game to the next level. May not have had the impact such as, say, a Cantona or Henry later on, but some of those who help in terms of the quality, the type of football that was being played. Ian Di Canio for Sheffield Wednesday, what a partnership. Taken quickly. Now Mosconi. Mosconi! Inter a level! Solo effort from Mosconi. Catching Cagliari cold. And just before the half-hour mark, the Nerazzurri draw level. They've seen all of the ball. And now Mattia Mosconi fires it home. Many expected him to try and find a teammate, but he went for goal. And his initiative, his solo effort, pays off. Coming straight across here to Carbone and the coaching staff, Mattia Mosconi. They need a new shirt in a moment as well. One then. Comes the way Inter have approached this game. They deserve it. And Cagliari, though, retake the lead right away. Here's Grandu. Plenty to aim for. Here's Grandu. It's blocked. Cerpelletti. Looking for a teammate. Couldn't find him. Get going again from the back here. Maier. Marello. Now momentum with Inter. The belief with Inter. And they kick on. Certainly Boyd after the equalizer. Nerazzurri of Milano. Ballo. Idrisu. Zarate. Garonetti. Mosconi. Just a bit difficult for Zlatan to bring under control. Treppi just holds up the ball, waits for support. Allows his team to regroup as well, get their shape again. A little rattled, of course. So shell-shocked after that equalizer. Grandu. Marini. Sulev, nice feet. Flag stayed down. And then the whistle does eventually go on Mendy. And Treppi up top. So we haven't needed the FVS, the football video support, or the challenges either. Sort of a positive sign, of course. There is also curiosity to see them involved at this level. In Lazio, we saw the first announcement, the referee, first time in Italian football, explaining a decision to the stadium. Castellanos' goal was ruled out at the Senigallia. Pinotti. Marello, Idrissu. Mosconi was free, just waiting on this near side. Still with Inter. Ballo. No foul. Tao. Marello. Smart ball. Idrissu. He stopped in his tracks though. Flag up, whistle gone. So Pisano appealing. So this is the start of a new chapter for him and Cagliari at youth level after Pisacane's era. And the success he brought. There's one back here by Ballo. He obviously wants his players to be fearless today. Of course, they'll respect Inter. He's a pack full of quality. He'd thank his predecessors, Pisacane and his staff, and of course the players, because it's last season's team that gave and has given Cagliari this chance to compete for this trophy. Garonetti. This game in Italy being broadcast by Sport Italia. So you can watch it on terrestrial TV. Following abroad, a massive shout out to all our fans of calcio at all levels. Nicely done. Recovered well, but then loses out Venturini. Now a chance for Cagliari, but I don't know how much Treppi knew about that one. And it's the third goal in Cagliari's win here against Milan back in April. Just Barella watching on, plenty of famous faces were in the stands that day. So Zlatan Ibrahimovic, his son, was part of that Milan squad. He wasn't involved that day in the match. So the cameras pick out over the course of this afternoon, watching on in the stands. Down here. Grandu will chase. Will Grandu get there? He's appealing for a foul. We have a yellow, it's the second of the game. Muvoli for Cagliari. Ballo for Inter on the Cagliari number 16. Protesting, the decision has been made. We know at first team level there's zero tolerance when it comes to dissent this season. Serie A opening weekend taking place. And Serie A underway then. First team level, and of course at Primavera level. Set for match day 3 this weekend, Inter and Cagliari. First they've got this to focus on and bring home the piece of silverware. Lives ball, and it's gone all the way in! Mendy wheels away and heads towards the Cagliari fans. The Islanders retake their lead. All stem from that ball in. Sulev's delivery. And they were just queuing up there, weren't they? Don't know how much he knew about it, Mendy. Was it with his head or his chest? May have been his chest, you know. From the number 19. So the two Cagliari forwards have put their names on the score sheet. First Trepe and now Mendy comes across there. Knows there's a long way to go. Thumbs up though from him. And Inter, having drawn level, find themselves trailing again. So just a little bit, just a quick check here on the monitor. So cruel for Mendy and Cagliari having celebrated the goal. That's why there's just a delay here, a pause, a check. Football video support. First time at youth level. Seen it in Serie A, the third tier of Italian football recently. Matteo Drigo can come across then. Confirmation that the goal does stand. Cagliari are ahead again. They're back in front. Trepe, Mendy, Frenchman and the Senegalese forward respectively then. As things stand, hogging the headlines. Still a long way to go. Do give you the impression they can get goals. So it could end up with egg on my face, but I'll be very surprised should it end 2-1 to Cagliari. Swept upfield. Seklis. Idrissou. Still with Idrissou. Again, they're trying. And that near post, as Mosconi did for the equalizer at 1-1. We're saying about Inter, they look dangerous, come forward, they've had more of the chances. They've just been clinical and taken their rare opportunities. And comes the corner, booted away. Marello flags they down on Garonetti. In comes the shot by Idrissou. Low effort by the number 9. Cagliari keeper. Seklis getting down, making that save. Now for Cagliari, it's imperative they hang on here. Going to the break in front. Grandou's ball. Yeah, real big boost. Interval, finding themselves level. Such a confidence boost to be ahead at the halfway stage. As for Inter, obviously, want to draw level and go into the break with momentum. We spoke about famous faces. There's one, Javier Zanetti. Into vice president, into legend, treble winning hero. Played short. Tetta's ball. Well, keep up the pressure here. Like he was sipping on a mate as well. Il Capitano. Or Pupi, another one of his nicknames. So left delivery, there's the header, off the bar. Cagliari so unlucky. Inter rescued by the frame of the goal. The Rosso Blu very nearly opening up a 2-goal cushion before the break. And it was Mendy. Boyd after his goal. Hungry for a second. So again will chase, but a bit overzealous there. He's guilty of the foul there on Frankie. Down by Garonetti, only to Litetta. I'm talking about Cagliari just trying to hang on and keep it at 2-1. They've only made it 3-1. Certainly would have put them in the driving seat ahead of the restart. As it stands though, still 2-1. Still adopting that style, keeping the ball, passing it around, being patient. And just keeping it tight, trying to frustrate Inter and take their chances, either dead ball situations, as we saw for the second, or putting the pressure, pressing, as they did for the opening goal. To have won this competition before. Cagliari, their first ever appearance in the Supercoppa Primavera. Lifted this trophy in front of their supporters at the Meazza. Very special for the youngsters. Iconic ground like the San Siro, or the Giuseppe Meazza, whichever we want to call it. Now Ballo, it's a yellow card and has to be attentive here. Ballo, just touch to think off the Inter jersey, or was it? Mosconi. He's there, Marini, with his effort, his work rate, just crowding out Venturini. Final seconds of normal time of the first half. How much added time will be given here? 2 minutes, there's your answer.
2 minuti di recupero.
It's confirmed now by the stadium announcer. Mendy. Crepi to his right. And for the cutback. And off Malfitano. Cameo appearance in the cup final win. It's the Rossoneri of Milan. Beat Inter actually in the semi-finals. Trying to beat Juventus, en route to securing their final berth. Salienti, come on lads, being bellowed out on the touchline. No foul. Free had a good view of it. Now Amalfitano loses out. Zarate may go all the way. It's a good block, very good block. Now Grandu can't lose possession here. Tony finds back on him, but the whistle had already gone. Referee have a couple of glances at his watch. This could be it. Cagliari all set then to head into the break with this narrow advantage. And there goes the half-time whistle. Cagliari are in front at the halfway stage. And with Cagliari second, after Treppi gave them a lead, Mosconi drew into level to make it 1-1. And to have seen more of the ball, had more of the clear-cut chances, but Cagliari, they've been clinical. And at half-time, it is Inter 1, Cagliari 2.
Gol per Cagliari, segnato il numero 10, il Treppi. Mentre il numero 30, Mattia Mosconi.
might still be in that place. If you're trying to get out, just follow me. I'll get you there. You can try and read my lyrics off of this paper before I lay 'em, but you won't take this thing out these words before I say 'em. 'Cause ain't no way I'm gonna let you stop me from crossing man. When I say I'm gonna do something, I do it. I don't give a damn what you think. I'm doing this for me. So fuck the world, feed it beans. It's gassed up. If you think you're stopping me, I'm gonna be what I set out to be. did it for me. Admittedly, I probably did it subliminally for you, so I could come back a brand new me. You helped see me through, and don't even realize what you did. Believe me, I've been through the ringer, for taking too little to the middle finger. I think I got a tear in my eye. I feel like the king of my world. Haters connect like bees with no stingers and drop dead. No more beef flingers, no more drama from now on. I promise to focus solely on handling my responsibilities as a father, so I solemnly swear to always treat this group like my daughters and raise it. You couldn't lift a single on it, cause the way I feel, I'm strong enough to go to the club or the corner pub and lift the whole liquor counter up, cause I'm raising the bar. I shoot for the moon, but I'm too busy gazing at stars. I feel amazing and I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to take a stand, take a stand. Everybody, come take my hand, come take my hand. Walk this road together through the storm, whatever weather, come the war. Let me know that you're not alone. I know if you feel like you've been down the same road. Crazy situation. Knocks me down, 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 down. A kiss of fire. A loaded invitation. Inside your smile.
Hello again and welcome back to the Arena Civica. Floodlights being turned on as we speak, as we head towards the Milanese evening here, with Inter hoping to still be shining come the full-time whistle, and shining bright as things stand. Despite a positive first half performance, they trail here. Cagliari in the driving seat then to bring home the first piece of silverware of the new season. See that roundel stitched onto the Cagliari jerseys as the Coppa Italia holders into that Scudetto patch blazing on their jerseys. And it will be Cagliari to get us back underway. Final checks from the referee. The second half is underway. The Islanders playing from left to right. Direct approach here. Very direct approach indeed. Route 1 stuff. I mean, some start at the second period. Cagliari came very close, actually, just towards the end of the first half to opening up a 2-goal cushion. They saw Mendy's header come crashing off the crossbar. If you did miss any of the first half, Treppi breaking the deadlock. Mosconi drawing into level, then Mendy putting Cagliari back ahead. Oh, Maya just drifting in field, the Frenchman, looking for options, and disappointing there for him and Marello, unable to combine on this near side. No changes to report at half-time. Case of as you were from both coaches. Both will have had plenty of positive words to say. For Francesco Pisano's Cagliari, the game plan is working so far. As Malfitano looks to break away here. He's crowded out by a sea of Inter jerseys. As for Carbone's Inter, seen plenty of the ball. They've had their chances. They're sticking to their principles, their philosophy. Just to try and take the initiative. There is Francesco Pisano, first season in the helm at Primavera level, having been promoted to under 18 level. Taking over from Pisacane, now in charge of Cagliari, the first team. Sulef's delivery. We've seen that the youth ranks is a great way to cut your teeth as coach. Kivu coming through at Inter. Simone Inzaghi at Lazio. Filippo Inzaghi at Milan. Plenty of coaches start out there at youth level. Gasperini as well. So we're going to have another yellow card here. Marini has to turn towards the referee here. Showing his back. I think that's what Grandu's trying to say. Come back here and take your punishment, take your medicine. Second yellow card of the game then. For Cagliari. Nuvoli first and now Marini. Bit of afters as well as he charges back. Di Marello to take. Marello's ball, flicked on and over. Much the relief of Seklis and the Rosso-Blu rearguard. It's a long, long way to go for Cagliari, just to shut up shop. They will continue to play as they did in the first half, which is happy to allow into the ball. Sit deep, compact. Goes down the space, be difficult to break down. Seklis going to bypass the midfield. Here's Treppi. Just loses out there, but Cagliari still have possession. Grandu. Just loses out there. Scrappy from both sides. Garonetti committing the foul. No complaints. Just overran the ball. So there's a passage of scrappy play from both sides. Cagliari have taken it quickly. Grandu's ball in. It's overhit though. Another stunning shot here of the Arena Civica Gianni Brera. We're in the heart of Milano. This one, Parco Sempione, which is near the Castello Sforzesco, for those who know the city of Milano. And you're not too far a walk away from Duomo. Of course, we're into had many celebrations down through the years. Celebrating successes at home and abroad. And, of course, Milan. Two Milanese clubs. Recent years it's been Inter more to cheer about and be happier about. And just missing out, though, on the big prize. On the European front, under Inzaghi, those two finals in 3 years before saying goodbye, taking the Al job in the Middle East. Said arrivederci ragazzi. Thanks for the memories. Now down to Christian Chivu, and he's one who certainly cut his teeth at youth level at Inter in terms of coaching. Made a very positive start. If you exclude the Club World Cup, which was pretty much one, because it's a bit of a free pass really for him just to get to know his players. Settle into the job, being parachuted into it really. He'll be judged from now onwards. Christian Chivu, not really the Club World Cup. Disappointment for Inter in the round of 16 stage to Fluminense. Garonetti's delivery. Long throw. Treppi and Mendy looking to combine. So they left their mark so far, those two. Two scorers for the Islanders, who are very much like the away team. Garonetti. Of course, it is a neutral venue, though, even though we are in Milano. Just running into trouble there. It's been a little bit scrappy from both sides since the restart. Treppi, can he get his second? Good work by Meyer. Couple of wayward passes, and quite accurate. It's in the first half of these two teams with their passing game. Maybe still just need to settle again after the break. development that's gone on and around this part of the city since this stadium was inaugurated. Start of the 19th century. Surrounded by skyscrapers now. Milan does have plenty of its parks and green areas. Zarate has options. What we're saying, just about wayward passes from both sides there. Inter won it back right away, rather been gifted it back right away. Venturini. Ballo. 1-on-1 with Grandu. Floated in. Idrisu with the header. He's headed it wide. That glancing header just flicked on by the number 9. With Inter chasing the equalizer here. Ballo's ball in. How much contact did he make, or if any? Benito Carbone just watching on. Will he be plotting changes soon? To swing the tide back in the net, Azzurri's favour. Get his hands on some silverware. Another reminder, should it end in a draw at full time, there'll be no extra time, straight to penalties. Of course, both sides want to avoid that. The lottery of penalties. Pinotti. Was he fouled there by Vargio? He was, and now we having these yellow cards really rack up now. Nuvoli, Marini, Vargio for Cagliari, Ballo for Inter. Conceded the second Inter from a dead ball situation. Can they now hit back? Marello and Pinotti standing over it. Slight delay here. Referee's having words from these players. Sure, there's no argy-bargy. Pinotti, curling strike, punched away. With a teasing ball in. Sciarpelletti looking to get first to it, which he does. They're watching Benito Carbone. Maya. Marello. The teasing ball in. Another bite of the cherry here. Marello. Pinotti. Vargio has to be careful, he's on a yellow. He's done better this time, Vargio. He may have been caught just after by Pinotti. He was. Again, that will suit Cagliari. Just chance now just to get back on the ball. Soaked up that pressure. Seklis. Nodded down by Maya. Grandu. To turn and in the long term hope to follow in the footsteps of the likes of current Cagliari Primavera boss Pisano. Another players to have hailed from Cagliari, have made it all the way to first team level. One step at a time though. All he can do now is focus on doing his job at this level, under 20 level. Nodded away by Marello. Drisso on the turn. It's a 50-50 ball. A little shove there by Franchi. Drisso. Zarate thought about the strike. Goes out to Mosconi. Can he score again? From that angle, of course. Just in front of those Cagliari supporters. So Rosso Blue, the red and blue colours. Quattro Mori. City crest and iconic symbol. Cagliari and Sardinia. Sulev, a good game. Grandu. Lutetta, nice touch. They still come to Grandu. It's the pressure on Venturini, rides that challenge. So Civico is also the venue where the late Silvio Berlusconi unveiled his Milan side in the 1980s. He arrived here via helicopter from Milanello to make their first change of the game. Motti making way. Belli coming on here.
Cambio per l'Inter, esce Pinotti, dentro Lavelli.
Now Marello. Idrissu. A little bit deeper, coming towards the ball. Marello. It's not easy for Grandu. Now Cerpelletti. Zarate. Venturini. Might stay down for the time being. Ballo. They're playing on. Here comes the strike. It's in the end well wide. Watching the final 30 minutes of normal time. We continue to lead here 2-1. Very few chances in this second period. It's been quite tight and cagey this second period. The first half we saw Inter more confident on the ball. Pisano looking to respond to Inter's first change. With a first change of his own, it's Vargiu looking like he's coming to trudge off here. A yellow card, so makes sense as well to run any risks and leave Cagliari man light. Vargiu off, confirmation. 21 Cardu. What we were saying about those surnames with the ending in a U. Those who follow Italian football with the Italian commentary may have heard about Marceddu, hails from Sardinia. It's the Italian world feeder. Much more, of course. Trepi just shielding that ball. And comes the cross. Fitano leaping up. Couldn't make any contact. The full name is the Arena Civica Gianni Brera. Lato, also renowned for his active social life. Also, he loved to hold court and have evenings and dinners out in Milan. Enjoyed a glass or wine or two. For more, see the great John Foot and his seminal work, Calcio. Seems to be updated. Cerpelletti's delivery. Idrissu, can he keep it in play? Whistle goes. Stay down here, Trepi. He's cramping up. He run his socks off. And the style of football Cagliari are playing, it's not easy. Having to sort of feed off scraps. Just battle away and press. Those forays on the break as well. Sort of brilliant one in the first half from Treppi. Crampon also maybe got caught here as well. Lactic acid, is that something that maybe he'll be coming off soon? And a big impact in the Coppa Italia final coming off the bench. Starting, he's had an impact in this Supercoppa final. At senior level, it's changed in recent years, this Super Cup. It's not just a one-off game, semi-finals and then a final, like they have in Spain. Being on the current holders at first team level. Here comes Ballo driving forward. Zarate. Marello. Cerpelletti, everybody back for Cagliari. The body's back. Sconi twisting, turning. Ballo. Venturini. Goal kick. More changes incoming then. Double change for the Islanders. Will it be also yellow card? Well, Trippi, that's unsurprising. We saw him struggle a little bit with that lactic acid with cramp. He comes off, the man who scored Cagliari's first of 2 goals. Costa coming on, so a straight swap. You've got Tronci coming on. Taking over in the middle of the park. Mendy. Tronci coming on for Malfitano. Costa, as we're saying, for Treppi. There's a play down for Cagliari in the meantime. Stop-start second period. Hasn't really flowed, as we saw it in the first half. It was a much more entertaining spectacle. There's Mendy down after trapeze issues a few moments ago. Mendy is struggling. Catching the right thigh before it was too much. He crashed to the ground. So another break in play, another chance to take on board fluids and to continue to chase the game here. Been as creative, as threatening in this second period as they were in the first. Touchline Russo. He's from Milan. With Palermo last season. With Cagliari. The end of Mendy's afternoon. Both the Cagliari scorers coming off. I'm sure Mendy will try and grit his teeth. In the meantime, then Cagliari, temporarily at least, down to 10. And with 10 players. And to capitalise on this, say, temporary numerical advantage. Marello. Oh yeah, he wants to get back on. He's going to try and run it off. Cerpelletti. And he's back on. Garonetti. Ballo. Maya turns away. Looks to carry it forward here. Zarate. Idrissu. Marello. Flat switch of the play. Left to right. To maybe just try and stretch this Cagliari side. The idea was there, just didn't quite work out. Carbone continues to bark orders in his technical area. Yellow card. Don't have too many complaints there. And the disappointment for the into number 16. Camion Cardu, fresh from being thrown into the fray. Venturini. Boot was raised as well. The studs up could have been a lot worse. Flurry of changes continues. Now it's the turn of Carbone's boys. And Zuin to turn the tide here. And Mosconi, who got that first half goal. He makes way. Zuin has a little over 20 minutes plus added time. That's Mendy. Down the line. Straight into touch by Marini. Fans also need something just to give them a bit of a lift as well. A real lull this second half compared to the first. Idrissu with the cutback. Is this the equalizer? It's blocked. Zuin trying his very best. Wanting to be Mr. Super Sub. Said the game needed something like that. And that be the spark this contest needs as we go towards the closing stages. Marello. It's away by Costa. There's Zuin, that would have been some impact. Maybe on the pitch, a matter of minutes. This is a good turn from him. Good strength as well. Kept Nouvel, who's on a yellow card at bay, which would of course helped Idrissu's cause there. Now Cepelletti. So Cepelletti. Zuin mooted in. It's easy for the keeper. Very simple. Booted upfield by Jose Gliss, just trying to get it away from danger. Zuin is so far a really good impact, lots of energy. Down on that far side. So looking ahead to this weekend at Primavera level, Inter take on Fiorentina. They hit the road, trip to Tuscany. Cagliari will stay in Lombardy, taking on Monza, so away from Milano. And the Lega Serie has its IBC, its International Broadcast Centre, where the VR and assistant VR operate from. So the Lega Serie radio now and its TV studios. Plenty of commentaries as well to boot, broadcast from there. So if you ever are in the area, and yourself in Monza, it's in Lissone to be precise. which is the home to the Inter Under-23s, the Power Stadium. It's known as the Stadio Brianteo. For sponsorship reasons, it's changed its name, which is very common, of course. It's in the Gevis Stadium for Atalanta, which is going to be the New Balance Arena. Or Arena, if you want the correct English pronunciation, but New Balance Arena. With the Italiano. First team, meanwhile, taking on Udinese. Be confident making it back-to-back Serie A wins going into the international break. When all eyes were on Gennaro Gattuso, former Milan man, amongst others. Makes his debut as Italy boss. The tough task of guiding Inter to the, or rather Italy, I should say, I beg your pardon. Freudian slip to the World Cup. Here's Idrissou. Still with the number 9. Idrissou with the cutback. Novelli was lurking. Novelli was there, waiting to pull that trigger. Again, Mendy in a bit of bother. Just appeared to be a bit of cramp and a problem with his right thigh. That's head injury there, which is why the referee has to quickly come back and check up on the condition of the Senegalese forward. Meantime, Inter are naturally playing to the whistle. Got that corner. Stayed down. Pizarro will be forced to make the change. These boys are just 15 minutes away, then plus added time from lifting silverware. This, of course, will be time added on at the very end. Oh, hang on here. Could be a twist in the plot. And it could be a historic moment in youth football in Italy. Football video support. The referee is going to have another look at this. He's been called across to the monitor. Was there a foul on Mendy? And could this result in a dismissal here? Referee's had a look. Quick look as well, that's all he's needed. Here comes Matteo Drigos, he glances across. We play on. We play on. Comes the corner, there's the header, it's headed wide. Idrissou again involved in the mix, in the thick of the action. Zarte's ball in. Idrissou just glancing his header wide. Cagliari continue to lead. And each passing second, they're a bit closer to that historic win for them in the Coppa Italia last season. They never won silver at youth level. Make it 2-2. Be some success rates, 100% win rate in finals, but again, there's still time left for Inter to come back level and take the game to penalties or late turnaround. Morelos' ball is Lavelli, was crowded out. Can be happy to deal with that. As we mentioned in the first half, Pisano's game plan so far is working out, which has been allow Inter take initiative, have the ball, but you have to sit deep, stay compact, well organised, tight, try their luck on the break, dead ball situations, or capitalise on any errors, opportunities that may come their way. As for Inter, they just haven't been as slick as they were in the first half. It's a lot sharper. Can they find their groove again as we go towards the closing stages, the final rounds? These two go toe-to-toe. The Supercoppa Primavera on the line. Zarate. Zuin, who's switched flanks. Zuin, it's a teasing ball in, the keeper comes and he holds. Wasn't easy, and lots of pressure there. Now Seklis was on the bench. That Coppa Italia win last season against Milan. Making that step up. Nice choice in between the sticks this season. Will be eager to defend the crown with the new generation, the new set of players, new coach. That's the reason Pisano calling this a new chapter, a new start for this club. And he's at first team level as well. Nicola, not confirmed, kept on. Zarate from distance, a whisker wide. Struck it well. Unfortunately for him and Inter, the wrong side of the post. Marelo's ball in. Ravelli into the path of the Colombian. Can we keep it rooted to the spot? He's a cannon, now the man in the Cagliari hot seat at first team level. After a sterling job last season at youth level with the Islanders. His is a remarkable story away from the pitch. Terrible illness as a teenager, Guillain-Barré syndrome. It's a deep ball in. Despite all odds, recovered. Was able to have a professional career, successful playing career, playing in the Italian top flight. Horrible illness, which also just left him paralysed, and any chance for football career had been written off, but defied the odds, one could say, miraculous fashion. Here's Costa. Sulev. Zarate. Thought he'd pinch back the ball. Sulev. Mendy. He's still got fuel in the tank. The whistle goes. Just being clinical. That's been the difference, really. As we go into the final 10 minutes of the showpiece final. Defending champions Inter. Scudetto winners last term under Andrea Zanchetta. It's the cup winners from last term, Cagliari. It's a new set of players for both sides, it has to be said. Maia, drop of the shoulder. Zuin looks to keep it alive. Marello, it's a deep ball in, headed away. Carboni there, acting as ball boy. To make sure Inter don't lose any momentum. And all the help they can get right now. Cerpelletti. Maia. Zuin stands it up. There's the header, and there's the equaliser. Lavelli off the bench on the score sheet. Inspired substitution by Carboni. Lavelli missed a super sub then. And as things stand, this game is going to penalties unless one of these sides can find a winner in the final 8 minutes plus added time. Well, it's the two substitutes then combining to devastating effect. Lavelli and Zuin get into on level terms and set up a really exciting finale here. Maybe just when Cagliari are starting to think that they'd almost gotten over the line, Inter back in it. Much to the delight, of course, of Javier Zanetti. Maybe have some more mate, who knows? And plenty of Super Cups during his days as Inter captain. In fact, one of those on this day, back in 2006, who remembers the famous 4-3 win against Roma, and Inter at one stage were 3-0 down, roaring back to win 4-3. 20 years ago. It was Figo with that devastating free kick to win it for the Nerazzurri of Milano in front of their supporters. Roberto Mancini's Inter. Summed up that era really. Inter always had the edge over Roma, who was the bridesmaids in that period, never quite the bride. Of course, win a couple of Coppa Italias. Scudetto always eluded them. They're just too strong in that era, post-Calciopoli. Swung back in, leaps up there. This could be number 3. Ballo goes to ground. Referee has a little think here, but doesn't point to the spot. Now Mendy will make way. The one who's worked so hard in a good game. And it's down to his teammate, Saddi. Try and put Cagliari back in front. Well, they've done it before. Can Cagliari do it again after conceding an equalizer? Hit back. Said talk about penalties in terms of a lottery. Some would say that it's nothing to do with lottery and luck. It's a skill. Germans would certainly say that. They wouldn't talk about any luck in their success rate down through the years at international level. So for English, you'd probably talk about luck, or Italian as well. Venturini. Seeing Italy's losses, 1990, 94, 98 World Cup. 1990 losing Argentina on home soil. Penalties, 1994 the final against Brazil, 98 against France. The latter two winners, the former finalists of course, Argentina losing to West Germany. Stadio Olimpico. Di Brema, the late Di Brema. And, icon of the 80s and early 90s. Scudetto winner, UEFA Cup winner. I never knew whether he was left or right footed. So good with both feet. Zarate. Oh, Grandu goes sliding in. Yellow card for him. Just frustration there. And for the second time this evening, the football video support called into play. The referee will come across to the monitor. Another look at this challenge here. The view is unfortunately just blocked here by the referee. Will this be turned into a red? Yellow card initially given. Again, all eyes on the referee here, taking centre stage. We play on. It was good to have that check, and those are the challenges, as we were saying, that the teams can have. They can question a decision made by referees. They have 2 per game. If challenges prove right, they maintain that challenge. If initial decision stands, they lose that challenge. Question referee's call. Zanate's delivery, Lavelli jumping up. Marello from distance just slices his effort. So similar to what we see in basketball, tennis. And then you feel it's a matter of time before it comes into play. In football, so we've seen it experimented in Serie A, now at youth level. Sun's gone away, it's the floodlights now, lighting up the Arena Civica, who will be shining in these closing stages. And momentum with Inter after that equalizer. Cagliari, are they now just going to try and take this to penalties? Or can they dig deep and muster up one last chance? It's such a sweet way to win on penalties, such a cruel way to lose. It has decided so many big occasions, as we've just been talking about. As the Azzurri know, and the good and the bad, winning in 2006 against France after a shootout. And their most recent triumph, Euro 2020 against England. Beating the Three Lions in their own patch. Miracolo di Wembley, the miracle of Wembley, as it's called in the Italian press. The likes of Mancini and the late Vialli, the latter was part of that backroom staff, the coaching staff. And some kind of revenge after losing the European Cup final in '92 at the old Wembley to Barcelona. Vialli did miss some good opportunities that night. Win that big prize 4 years later on penalties at the Stadio Olimpico. Juventus against Ajax. It's a deep ball in. As Venturini chases. 5 minutes of added time. Now we're going to have an added time winner flicked on. Saddi and Costa now spearheading the attack for Cagliari. Marello. Venturini. Zuin. Marello stands it up. Cagliari survive, but for how long? Marello brought down here. Lavelli. Ballo. Cerpelletti. Garonetti. Down the back of the minds, both Carbone and he's going to be thinking about potential takers. Zuin. Also want volunteers first. And Zuin just lunging in there. He's won back the ball. Zuin. Easy for the keeper. Straight out in front of Pisano. Maybe little that they can do, really. Just try and a few words of confidence. Reduced to mere spectators. It's down to who will hold their nerve best, and a nerve-jangling shootout then, which is on the horizon, unless Inter or Cagliari can find a late goal, which would surely be the winner. Cerpelletti. Garonetti now. Expecting to just to try their best to conjure up one last chance. May. Still. Marello first to that loose ball. Slip there, but Cerpelletti recovers. Then Turini. Goes on a yellow. Marello hugging this near touchline. Comes to him. Expect him to float this one in. Marello's ball. Headed away. And pick out an Inter jersey. There's a Forza Cagliari now. Maybe that could be a difference. Sport of the crowd. Il 12th man, il 12esimo uomo in campo. Reversed by Cerpelletti. There's appeals here. And ball. So we're now approaching the final minute. Time for someone to step up and be a hero here. Surely last chance then of the game. Marello. Same towards Zuin. May still come to Zuin. Brings it down. Given away. Cerpelletti. Right there, luck there. Time very much of the essence. Marello. Hopeful ball upfield. That should be that. Final seconds of added time. We are going to a shootout. The Supercoppa Primavera will be decided on a penalty shootout. Ends 2-2 at full time here. Lavelli getting that late equalizer. Inter unable to kick on and turn the game on its head in the closing stages. Now it's time for volunteers to step forward. For those to hold their nerve then. As this trophy will be decided by a nerve-jangling penalty shootout. It's 2-2 then. At full time. Streppi who got the opening goal. Mosconi with an equaliser. Then Mendy putting Cagliari back ahead before the break. Lavelli, the man off the bench. Inspired substitution then that's taken this game to a penalty shootout. We'll take a quick break and we'll join you again shortly for the drama of penalties. Hello again and welcome back to the Arena Civica Gianni Brera. The Supercoppa Primavera will be decided on penalties. I spotted a few moments ago Catherine Ralph, part of Oak Tree. She's inside the venue, this historic, this iconic venue in the heart of Milano. Will it be the Milanese taking home the big prize? As the two skippers stand there in the centre circle, we'll find out who'll have the first kick and which end of the ground the penalties will be taken. Maya to your left and Grandu to your right. Into with that equalizer to force this game to a penalty shootout. Good to see that sportsmanship there. Fair play. Giochiamo con lealtà is the claim, the message by Serie A this season. Tao or Seclis for Cagliari be the heroes. Stage is set for someone to emerge. Someone will be a hero. Someone, sadly, will make an error. It's the nature of penalties, and we'll begin with Idrisu. Up first. Of course, scoring the first isn't a guarantee for going to win the shootout, but of course sets the tone, gives the confidence, puts the pressure on the opposition. Idrisu taking on Seclis. The referee having words, just reminding the two keepers of the rules. Make sure they're staying on their line. Don't stray off it. It is Idrisu then with the first penalty of the night. Here goes Idrisu, perfect penalty, perfect start for Inter. And Azzurri are up and running, sealed with a kiss from Inter's number 9. Went the right way, the Cagliari keeper, just under the arms. Was well struck, squeezed in. Teta looking to hit back. One of the stars of the cup win last term. Will he be celebrating more silverware? Pressure on him early on in this shootout. Teta then against Tao. And Cagliari draw level here. It's saved! Taho denies Liteta. And Inter in the driving seat then in the shootout. Couldn't find that corner. Too central, and Taho went flying to his right. Now this presents Inter with a big opportunity. To double their lead, stretch their lead in the shootout, and it's Lavelli, the man who took us to the shootout, to take. Lavelli then to open up a 2-goal cushion for Inter, which he does. On target in normal time, on target in the shootout. Inter 2, Cagliari 0. And Inter edge closer to the win. Again, Zeklis went the right way, but again, squeezed under his body. Now Sadi will be feeling fresh, won't have heavy legs, having come on in the second period, late on. For Mendy. And Sadi get Cagliari on the score sheet, he does. 2-1. Boy, did Cagliari need that. Fighting to stay in this shootout. Now Marello gets a few words of encouragement from Taho, the keeper. So Seklis has gone the right way on both occasions, but he's been beaten. Now Marello, can he preserve Inter's 2-goal cushion in this shootout? It's a big moment. Total concentration from Marello. And he finds that bottom corner. Textbook penalty from Marello. Preserves that 2-goal cushion. And keeps Inter in front. And another step closer to the victory. Now this is huge. So should Cagliari miss here with Tronci, and Inter can go on and win it. Tronci to keep Cagliari alive and kicking, which they are. Lots of pressure there on Tronci, the substitute, though, delivering the goods. Now Cepelletti spoke about heavy legs a few moments ago. He started the game looking to finish in terms of his involvement by netting his penalty. Cepelletti! And it's gone in! Huge slice of luck, and he knows it. He sees the funny side of it, Cepelletti. And is that a sign this is going to be Inter's evening? Now Seklis got a touch on it, but then it went into the back of the net. And now, should Costa miss here, Inter will win the Supercoppa Primavera. Inter hoping Taho can pull off a save here. Here goes Costa. Keeps Cagliari in it. Keeps their faint hopes alive. Because score this one. And Inter have secured the big prize. Zarate then. The long and lonely walk up into the penalty area from the halfway line. Zarate to win it for Inter! Carbone's Nerazzurri win the Supercoppa Primavera. They were flawless from the penalty spot. The sweetest feeling for Inter. Heartbreak for Cagliari, losing it in the shootout. Zarate with the winning penalty. After trailing for so long, Inter with that equalizer late on by Lavelli. His goal took it to penalties. Taho playing his part, of course. It's tears for Cagliari. Those who missed, they'll learn from this moment, though. The Cagliari players have played their part in making this such a hard-fought final. But the evening belongs to Inter. Benito Carbone and here's Nerazzurri Primavera have got their hands on the trophy. As we were saying, the sweetest feeling, the ultimate way to win it for Inter. Devastating, of course, for Cagliari, their players. As we say, they'll learn through this process. So final score here. 2-2 after full time, and then on penalties, Inter 5 from 5, win it 5-3. Don't go away, stick with us. We'll still have the ceremony to come post-match, the trophy lift from Inter. Again, welcome back to the Arena Civica Gianni Brera. Commiserations to Cagliari. Congratulations to Inter. The night belongs to them. After winning the Scudetto last term, they now add the Supercoppa Primavera. They did it in dramatic circumstances, winning on penalties. Zarate with the winning penalty. Aurelian Mosconi on target for them in normal time after Treppi and Mendy's goals for the Islanders. They're the Inter players as we just await the start of the trophy ceremony here. The giving out of the medals. Here comes the trophy in all its glory, shining bright. On stage, maybe we were looking at rosso-blue ribbons. Inter with that equalizer with minutes to go. Took the game to penalties.
Supercoppa Primavera 25-26. Diamo il benvenuto a Ezio Simonelli, presidente delegazione.
Lega Serie A president. Ezio Simonelli there. Took over from Pizzini last season. It's all set for a first season in the job then. Ezio Simonelli. Also got Mattia Drigo and his team, the match officials. Guard of honour from Inter for officials, and of course the runners-up in this final, Cagliari.
Un ringraziamento agli ufficiali di gara della Supercoppa Primavera 25-26, il signor Mattia Drigo.
There is Mattia Drigo and his team as they come through.
Matteo Lauri e Davide Cerea.
Did see the football video support come into play on a couple of occasions. You see more of that at youth level. Expect something for the big occasions like the finals, why not? After seeing it experimented at Serie A level, the third tier of Italian football. And of course he works closely alongside Ezio Simone, the president, the managing director, Luigi De Siervo. I've spoken about the importance of technology at all levels, helping referees. And again, commiserations to Cagliari, the runners-up, Coppa Italia winners last season. They come through for their medals here. Again, these are very difficult moments. I just want to get in the changing room, get back home as soon as possible, really. But at the same time, they will learn from these moments. They'll remember this feeling. It will drive them on in the future. Won't want to experience it again, a defeat in a final. At youth level, of course, it's lovely to win. It's more about the experience, nurturing talent, growing, developing. Pisano will be proud of his boys and their efforts. They've shown and proved they are a very difficult team to play against. Francesco Pisano's Cagliari. So the players coming through, then it'll be the turn of Pisano and his staff. To quickly pick themselves up. League game on the horizon against Monza. There's Inter on the road up next, and they'll be full of confidence as they travel to Tuscany to take on Fiorentina. And talking of Inter, surely it'll be their moment. They'll be coming through for their winners' medals. And for Inter fans, we'll say it again, their winners' medals. They'll get their hands on the Super Cup. Good to see Cagliari still there, just to show that sporting side of things, fair play, sportsmanship. And and watch Inter pick up their medals and lift the trophy.
Signore e signori, la squadra vincitrice della
As you can hear from the stadium announcer, Inter coming through, and it is Inter's stadium announcer who's made that announcement. To battle back not once but twice. They showed that never say die spirit, and as we were saying, on the anniversary of that famous Super Cup win by Inter when they came from behind to win 4-3 against Roma at first team level in the Supercoppa Italiana. And there are many reasons why Inter in that period were named the Pazza Inter, the crazy Inter, for those incredible comebacks and sometimes being capable of maybe 1 week pulling off a feat like that and then suddenly maybe losing to a so-called smaller side. Now those who weren't part of the squad today but still part of the squad overall, getting their medals. Soon see, should I say. The coaching staff led by Benny Carbone, and there he is, just waiting there. I've caught a glimpse of him, bottom left of your picture a few moments ago. There he is. Unaccustomed to playing at the highest level during his playing days. And now Ezio Simonelli, the Lega Serie A president, will hand Mai the trophy. After the Scudetto last season, Inter lift the Supercoppa Primavera. Congratulations, congratulazioni to Inter! Thanks for joining us, it's been dramatic. We leave you with these scenes. Inter winning the Supercoppa Primavera.
Per tutti noi c'è solo l'Inter!
The Supercoppa Primavera, the showpiece final. The stage is set. It will be the Nerazzurri to get us underway. Venturini. That's awkward for Dio, and Treppi could be in here. He is! Cagliari take the lead. 10 minutes gone. It's the cup holders that break the deadlock. The Islanders capitalising on a mix-up at the back. And Inter, after seeing all of the ball, find themselves trailing here. Quick thinking. Mosconi now. Still, Mosconi! Catching everybody by surprise. Quick thinking by Inter. And the Nerazzurri are back on level terms. Great work by Mosconi, solo effort. And the Cagliari keeper, Zeklis, beating at his near post. High fives all round. Here goes Sulev, and it's in! Cagliari retake the lead! After Treppi, it's the other forward, Mendy! On the score sheet, chesting it in from close range. Idrissou, still with Idrissou. This time, Zeklis makes the save. Cagliari looking to open up a 2-goal cushion. Mendy! Off the crossbar. How close was that? Marello. Idrissou. Still towards the byline. Looking for Lavelli. Comes the corner. There's the header. So once more. Marello. Into the path of Zarate. Just wide. Zouin, fresh from coming on. Still Zouin. Lavelli's there! He scores! Minutes to go. Inter a level. They battled back again. The two subs combining. Zouin for Lavelli. 2-2. Plunging in there. And Inter get a late winner. They can't. 2-2 at full time. This is going to a shootout. Who will hold their nerve best? Total concentration then. Here goes Litet. It's saved! Tahoe flying to his right. Now, Zarate. Chance to win it for Inter! Inter win it in the shootout. Zarate with the winning penalty. Commiserations to Cagliari. Congratulations to Inter, winners of the Supercoppa Primavera.